I can't compare Kevin Durant to the talent that LeBron James is because LeBron James has done it with less. Now, yeah, everybody's going to sit here and says, well, he didn't win a championship until he played on a super team, and he's the one that changed the game because he built the super teams. And then he went to Cleveland, he built a super team over there. Those super teams that he built, those super teams that he went to, if he wasn't on those teams, they would have never won. They would have never won. Kevin Durant went to Golden State. Did they win before Kevin Durant played there? Mm-hmm. They did. Now, Phoenix is the only team that didn't do that. And I still think Phoenix has they had a chance. Last year they were what was it? Last year they were in the
2
the
years
final?
ago.
No, 2 years ago in the finals.
They were up 2-0 against the Bucks, and then they lost the last 4.
Right. And that had a lot to do with, Chris Paul, looking like he was old and getting tired, and that's what usually Chris Paul does in the playoffs.
And DeAndre Ayton forgetting how to score.
Yeah. And then Kevin Durant responds to Charles Barkley, I don't need no credit from you all. No credit from Barkley. No credit from Shaq. Y'all don't ever have to watch me play ever again. Don't talk about me if you don't rock with me. That's what he says. And you know what it is? These players are Primadonnas. That's what they are. They're all Primadonnas. They're worried. They're so worried about what Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley says. These guys are two of the best at their position. How many people, honestly, Charles Barkley was a power forward, small forward when he came into the league. How many people would you take over Charles Barkley of all time at his position? Maybe 7 or 8? He's one of the top 10 players at his position. Shaquille O'Neal, I would probably take one guy over Shaquille O'Neal. Bill Russell would be the only center I would take over Shaquille O'Neal of pure dominance at the time that he dominated. So that and Kevin Durant's taking shots at those guys. By the way, Shaquille O'Neal, the 3 times that he won a championship with Kobe Bryant, who was the MVP? Shaquille O'Neal. Charles Barkley, this is a guy that went to Phoenix, and that Phoenix Sun team, Johnson and all the players that they had over there, that team was not any good, okay? Go look at that roster. They were not a good roster. He took that team all the way to the NBA Finals and played an unbeatable Michael Jordan in Chicago Bulls.
Keith also says Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Would you take Shaq over him?
I would take Shaq over him. And I know what you're going to say about that. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was a better all-around offensive player than Shaquille O'Neal. But when it comes to dominance, pure dominance of what he did, and Kareem wasn't even the best player on his team as he got older. It was Magic Johnson. So Kareem is a great player. I've never saw Kareem Abdul-Jabbar play. So I can't really say, what everybody else thinks. But when I watched Shaquille O'Neal for the 5 or 6 years where he was the most dominant player in the league, there was nobody even close to him. Nobody. Even with Kobe Bryant and all those other players in the league. He was the best player in the league. Okay, so at 310 pounds, and he couldn't shoot a free throw, and he couldn't shoot a three-point. Well, he hit one. Well, he hit more three-point shots than Ben Simmons. That's for sure.
That's not saying much.
But I mean, Shaquille O'Neal, he's a special player. Kareem is one of the best ever, and as was Shaquille O'Neal. I'm not taking shots at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm not. I'm just telling you what I thought. I think Bill Russell was the best center of all time, and I think Shaquille O'Neal, who nobody gives enough respect for what he did as a dominant force for those Laker teams, he was by far the best player on those rosters. By far. So, and as good as Kobe Bryant is, and everybody says, oh, Kobe's top 5 player of all time, which I think they're on drugs, but whatever. Kevin Durant, as good of a player that he is, this is a guy that has never won on his own. This is a guy that never won on his own team. This is a guy that everybody speaks so highly of on what he is and what he's all about. Why is it that he's always mixed up with the crazy crap, the clown crap that goes on in every organization he played for?